Hello, children. Welcome to today's class. We are going to continue with our lesson Indian Constitution. The drafting or the preparation of Indian Constitution was an immensely challenging task. Why? Because the Indian Constitution has to be written in such a way that it is common for all the Indian citizens. For a diversified country like India, the population has various regions, religions, tradition, culture, dance, music, etc. So, the Indian Constitution was written in such a way that it was commonly applicable for all kind of diversified people, irrespective of caste, gender, religion, etc. The key features of the Constitution are the preamble, the directive principles of state policy, fundamental rights, federal structure of the government, and parliamentary government. Moving on to the first feature, the preamble. What do you mean by preamble? See, all the books, whatever book it may be, it will have an introduction or a preface, right? Similarly, the introduction for the Indian Constitution is the preamble. Okay, now on the right hand side, I have given you a picture of a preamble. Here are certain terms used in the preamble. Let's see them. The preamble. Sovereign. Sovereign means India is now independent. Hereafter, we are no more slaves for anybody. We means the Indian citizens. Socialist. Everyone can use the public resources. That is, everyone is given opportunity to make use of the resources of the country. So, irrespective of the status of a particular person or a gender or a religion, everybody can or anybody can access the public resources. Secular. No more discrimination in India based on religion. Democratic. We all know this. What do you mean by democratic? People have their own freedom to select their leaders. Okay? Republic. So, no more hereditary rule. When it comes for monarchical or the king or queen's rule, we will be having the hereditary rule. The king's son will be becoming the next king. But here in republic or in a country like India, it is not like that. The head will be elected by the people and with a specific term of office. If it is a king in a monarchical rule, the king will be ruling till his death or till the king becomes ill, that particular king will be ruling. But here the head of the state will be elected by the people with a particular term office, that is 5 years. Justice. So, an equitable society is created so that we can avoid the inequalities among the society. Because inequalities may lead to discrimination of people. Liberty. All Indian citizens are given the freedom to express their opinions, follow their own decisions and their path, and can pursue with any occupation of their own wish. Equality. All the citizens are always equal before law. Fraternity. Fraternity is a feeling of brotherhood. That is, we will be saying, right, all Indians are my brothers and sisters, like that. So, we have to consider our fellow citizens as family. We are all one. We are all united in the name of Indians. Directive principles of state policy. See, I have given the term Indian Constitution as I see here, but you can write as Indian Constitution fully. The drafting committee or the writers of the Indian Constitution were very much aware of the condition of India after the independence. Even after the independence of India, we had certain critical issues like discrimination based on caste, religion, and Women were not given full freedom for everything. Thus, to prevent the social issues in the future, the drafting committee members wanted to legislate on critical issues. Legislating means creating laws. If laws is created, people will be following it properly. If there are no laws, then again the discrimination may continue even after the independence. So the drafting committee decided to create certain laws. That is what legislate means. Thus, they created a set of guidelines, and the guidelines were referred to as directive principles of state policy. Every government that comes to power is expected to be guided by these principles. So they have to follow these principles for making laws and policies. For example, the directive principles directs the state to provide free education for all till the age of 14 and free education in the case of especially a girl child. So the government that comes to power should strictly stick to the guidelines for making laws and policies.